from the Big Flim Studios in sunny Southern California. It's Big Flim's Pigskin Picks with your host, Lorenzo Big Flim Fleming. Hey, folks. Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of Big Flim's Pigskin Picks College Football Edition for week number 10 here on Big Flim Radio and TV. Like I said, I hope you guys had a great Halloween this past week. I hope kids went trick-or-treating, and if you should still doing the trick-or-treating stuff, I hope you had fun as well. I hope you and your kids got a lot of candy, and also hopefully that you check the candy out, make sure nobody ain't put any razor blades and all of the devilish stuff in the food, and have holiday parties. And those like myself who are not into Halloween and all that good stuff, if y'all go to fall festival or Harvard festival at a local church, I hope you had a good time as well. So with that being said, we're now in the beginning of November. Right now, we're starting to get into that real holiday phase of the year, near the end of the year. So you got Veterans Day coming up next weekend, next Friday. Well, actually, it falls next Saturday, but it'll be observed next Friday. I want to give a shout out to all our veterans, including myself, of all the armed forces. And 2 weeks after that, we celebrate another Thanksgiving holiday weekend, where fans and families and loved ones will be in the kitchen, cooking up that big turkey, stuffing it, making that homemade stuffing, cranberry sauce, macaroni and cheese, pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, and all that good stuff. I can't wait. It's making me hungry right now. Looking forward to it. Then, of course, right after that, then you got, less than 30 shopping days until Christmas. So if you haven't started your Christmas shopping yet, I would suggest you go ahead and get it started, folks. But now let's get back to the subject at hand, shall we? Right now, we're going to make our picks for week number 10. Like I said, for those who watched the game last week, I know I did. It was a thrilling game for the University of Georgia, or the current number one team in the nation and two-time national champions. And also, the college football playoff rankings came out this past Tuesday. And I know a lot of Georgia folks are upset that Georgia was ranked number 2 in the college football playoffs ranking. But I say to myself, if I'm the Bulldogs, I wouldn't sweat it. Because the fact of the matter is, in the national championship game is what matters. When you make it there and win it all, despite where you ranked at. Because that's less pressure for University of Georgia Bulldogs to worry about. And like I said, Ohio State is number 1. Of course, Georgia is number 2. Michigan is number 3. And Florida State is number 4 as of this week. And like I said, of course, got that big matchup coming up in about a week or so, or 2 weeks. The Ohio State Buckeyes, a.k.a. the Buckaroos, and the Michigan Wolverines. Will Michigan pull it out 3 years in a row? If they go back to Ann Arbor this year, well, we shall see. But let's go ahead and get back to what we started on. Like I said, speaking of our defending national champion, two-time national champion, and number 2 rank in the college football playoffs and number 1 in the current AP poll. Like I said, Georgia came off a thrilling win over the University of Florida Gators, those lousy stinking Gators, a.k.a. the Lizards, in their annual world's largest outdoor cocktail party down there in Jacksonville and Jayville, my old neck of the woods down there, about an hour and a half south from my hometown of Hinesville, Midway, Georgia, in Liberty County. I'd like to say hi to all my folks there in Liberty County and all my friends, classmates in Southeast Georgia, as well as my family in Brunswick, Georgia, Glenn County, friends in Chatham County, and all over the coastal empire, including Long County, Tatnall County, Bryan County, Effingham County, McIntosh County, and Camden County. And don't forget about Ware County. All right, let's just get back to the subject at hand, shall we? Like I said, Georgia getting ready to take on another tough test in the SEC as they host the number 12th ranked Missouri. Like I said, Missouri is playing good this year at 7-1. Right now, Will it be a tough test for Georgia? Will Georgia struggle against Missouri like they did last year and have to pull it out near the end? We shall see. But so far, Georgia is starting to really peak at the right time, especially with the college football playoff rankings are concerned. And we almost near the end of the regular season in the next couple of weeks. Right now, the odds makers have Georgia as a 15.5-point favorite with an over and under of 56.5. No, of course, you know who I'm going to go for, or what we're going to go for. We're going to go for our Bulldogs to win it all, to beat Missouri. It'll probably be a close game, but I'll say by 10 points. All right, our next matchup, we have our other in-state team, the Georgia Southern Eagles, at 6-2 as they travel to Texas to take on Texas State at 5-3. Right now, the odds makers got the Eagles. Well, actually, Texas State at a -2-point favorite with the over and under of 69.5. But I beg to differ. Like I said, I'm still partial to my home state, small college. We're going to go with the Georgia Southern Eagles over Texas State Bobcats. I believe that's their mascot. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. All right, let's go into our other matchups. We have the number one, Ohio State Buckeyes, a.k.a. the Buckaroos, at 8-0 as they travel to Piscataway, New Jersey, to take on Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights, at 6-2. This is a key Big Ten matchup, especially for the Big Ten East Division. Right now, they got the Buckeyes, a.k.a. the Buckaroos, at an 18.5-point favorite with an over and under of 42.5. So it would be nice if Rutgers can pull the big upset in the Big Ten tomorrow. But I guess, unfortunately, we're going to have to go with the Ohio State Buckeyes, a.k.a. Buckaroos. Probably will be a runaway game for them against Rutgers. Like I said, Rutgers are playing good this year. They're bowl eligible. They're 6-2, so hopefully they get a nice bowl game this year. All right, our next matchup, we have the number 5th ranked Washington Huskies out of Seattle, out of the Emerald City, undefeated 8-0 as well, as they travel down to LA Coliseum to take on the 20th ranked USC Trojans at 7-2. The mascot with the skirt, as I call him. And like I said, of course, Washington is playing some good ball this year. Like I said, they barely squeaked by Oregon last month in Seattle. And this is a key Pac-12, a.k.a. Puke 12 matchup. Right now, we got the Huskies at a -3-point favorite with the over and under 77.5. But I'm partial to the Washington Huskies, so we're going to pick the Huskies in a close one over the USC Trojans. And Tommy Trojan and their fans. So, all right. Our next pick, we have the 23rd ranked Kansas State at 6-2 as they travel to Austin to take on the number 7th ranked Texas, the Longhorns, Hook'em Horns at 7-1. Like I said, this is a key Big 12 matchup, with the winner having inside track to the Big 12 championship. Right now, Texas already lost to Oklahoma. And right now, Oklahoma lost last week to Kansas. And that was a big stunner last week. So, like I said, who knows? Those two teams might end up meeting in the Big 12 championship. But who knows? Right now, the odds makers got the Longhorns at a -3.5-point favorite with a over and under of 49.5. But we're going to go with the number 23 ranked Kansas State in a close one over the Texas Longhorns, number 7th ranked Longhorns. All right, our next matchup will be a key SEC West Division matchup between the 14th ranked LSU Bayou Tigers as they travel to Tuscaloosa at Bryant-Denny, probably Saban Stadium, as they take on the number 8th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide, Roll Tide at 7-1. This is a key game because the winner of this game will punch their ticket to the SEC championship in Atlanta beginning in this next month. So last year, of course, LSU beat Alabama last year. And the Bama fans hasn't forgotten that. So they're looking for a little bit of revenge. Like I said, of course, the Tide started off rocky with their ineffective quarterback play. But Millhouse finally got it together, and they've been rolling ever since. So right now the odds makers have Alabama at a 3-point favorite with an over and under of 61.5. But I'm putting all my hopes on LSU pulling the upset over Alabama this year to make it 2 years in a row and deny Alabama the opportunity to go to the SEC championship game to play Georgia. So that's what we're hoping for. So we're rooting for the number 14 ranked LSU Bayou Tigers over the Alabama Crimson Tide in a close one. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Big Flim's Pigskin Picks College Football Edition for week number 10 here on Big Flim Radio and TV.
Flim Radio wants you to know that approximately every 51 minutes, someone is killed in a drunk driving crash. Buzz driving can also cause huge financial penalties with fines and legal fees. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk. Find out more at nhtsa.org. Gnarly, dude. This is Jess Spicoli. When I'm out hanging 10, catching the waves, checking out the chicks, and skipping Mr. Hand's class, I'm listening to Big Flim Radio and TV. Oh.
Hey folks, welcome back. If you haven't heard by now, Big Flim Radio and TV Podcast is a podcast channel dedicated to music, sports, talk, veterans issues and information, and sports. Right now, we're focusing on college football and NFL. Like I say, the baseball season just wrapped up, and congratulations to the Texas Rangers for winning the World Series, 4-1 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. So we have to wait until April. But so we might add baseball next season in April next year or late March of next year. Like I said, the NBA season just kicked off, and also the National Hockey League season just kicked off a couple of weeks ago. So we might incorporate those sports and probably change up the title a little bit. But we'll make a decision on that. Like I say, if you want us to increase more sports or add more sports, stuff like that, please let us know, and we will tell you how to contact us. And also, we have a nice online store with Big Flim Radio and TV themed merchandise, especially, like I said, the holiday season. Right now, we're starting to get ready to ratchet it up into the Christmas holiday shopping season right now. Stuff like that. If you're looking for a nice gift for a friend, loved one, family member, stranger, alien from Mars, or somewhere from the universe, or a care package for a deployed service member, by all means, please check out our website at www.bigflimradiotv.com. Again, that's www.bigflimradiotv.com. That's BIGFLEM as in Mike, RADIO TV. That's all one word. You can be a guest picker or a guest prognosticator for this podcast, as well as our Big Flim's Pigskin Picks NFL edition, or if you want to dedicate a song to one of our music channels, or you want to be a guest DJ, or if you have a song that you want us to play on one of our music shows, or if you want to be a guest on one of our talk shows, or if you have some information you would like to share with us, if you're a veteran of the armed forces, or if you just want to send us a comment telling us how we're doing and what we can do to make Big Flim Radio and TV podcast channel better. Or if you just want to vent off, need somebody to talk to, if you're in a situation where there's no hope and you feel like suicide is the answer and you don't have nothing to live for, I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Just don't do it. You have somebody here that cares about you. and we're willing to talk. Like I say, you can contact us via email at bigflimradiotv@gmail.com. Again, that's bigflimradiotv@gmail.com. Also, we're on a social media platform as well. We have an X, formerly Twitter handle, at @flim_radio. Again, that's at @flim, FLEM, _radio, RADIO. We also have a Facebook group page for Big Flim Radio and TV. And also, we have a YouTube channel by the same name, Big Flim Radio and TV, where we have some archival videos, and also we try to make some videos of some of our podcast shows. And also there's some videos of stuff that I've done through my military service, or just goofing around, or just something I just want to randomly post for your viewing pleasure. Please check it out. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel at Big Flim Radio TV 9011. Again, that's Big Flim Radio TV. That's BIGFLEM as in Mike, RADIO TV 9011 on YouTube. Please like and subscribe to our channel so we can make more content for your viewing pleasure. And also, if you're a business or someone who is interested in sponsoring one of our podcast shows, or be a sponsor to Big Flim Radio TV podcast channel, or if you want to have a commercial to promote your business, by all means, please contact us and just see what we can work out together at the same email address, bigflimradiotv@gmail.com. All right, folks, now let's get back to our Week 10 college football picks, shall we? All right, our next pick, we're heading back to the Big 12, where we have the Battle of the Bedlams for the state of Oklahoma, where we have the number 9 ranked Oklahoma at 7-1 after suffering that heartbreaking loss to Kansas last week in Lawrence, Kansas, as they travel to Stillwater to take on their cross-state rivals, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, number 22nd rank at 6-2. Like I said, right now, Oklahoma needs a rebound game, especially if they want to have any shot to get back to the Big 12 championship game. So right now, the odds makers have Oklahoma at a -6-point favorite with an over and under of 61.5. And we're going to go with the Sooners, number ranked Sooners, for a rebound from last week's loss to Kansas by beating their cross-state rivals, Oklahoma State Cowboys. And the Sooner will be traveling I-44 from Lawton, Oklahoma to Stillwater. All right, our next pick, we're heading back to the SEC, where we have the Texas A&M Aggies at 5-3, traveling to Oxford, Mississippi to Vaught Hemingway Stadium to take on Lane Kiffin and the 10th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels, 7-1. Right now, Ole Miss is trying to keep pace with LSU and Alabama for the SEC West Division title. So right now, this game is a kind of a key game. Right now, the odds makers have Ole Miss as a 3-point favorite with an over and under of 51.5. So we're going to go with Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels over Texas A&M. All right, our next pick, we're heading back to the Big Ten with 14 schools, where we have the 11th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions at 7-1, trying to stay in the race for the Big 12, the Big Ten championship, as they travel to College Park, Maryland, to take on the University of Maryland Terrapins at 5-3. Right now, the odds makers have the Nittany Lions at a -8.5-point favorite with an over and under of 50.5. Who are we to disagree? So we're going to go with the 11th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions over Maryland. All right, our next pick is we're going to the ACC, where we have the Virginia Tech Hokies at 4-4, traveling to Louisville, Kentucky, the home of the Louisville Slugger and the late Muhammad Ali, and the Kentucky Derby, as they take on the Louisville Cardinals, the 13th ranked Louisville Cardinals at 7-1. Right now, they're trying to vie for a shot to the ACC championship. Right now, they got the Cardinals at a -10-point favorite with an over and under 48.5, So we're going to stick with the odds makers and go with the number 13th ranked Louisville Cardinals over the Virginia Tech Hokies. All right, our next pick we have staying in the ACC where we have this is number 15 ranked Notre Dame at 7-2 right now. They're still trying to be viable for the college football playoffs as they travel to Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina to take on the struggling 4-4 Clemson Tigers. Everybody had high hopes for the Tigers this season, but they really stumbled this year, and all 4 of their losses are in the ACC. So right now, I don't think they will make it to the ACC championship the way they've been playing. And Dabo Sweeney right now, he's just scratching his head trying to figure things out. Right now, Notre Dame, the odds makers have Notre Dame with a -3-point favorite to win with over and under of 44.5. So we're going to go with the number 15 ranked Notre Dame over Clemson. Sorry, Dabo Sweeney. All right, now we're heading back to the Pac-12, aka the Puke 12, where we have the number 16 ranked Oregon State at 6-2, traveling to Boulder, Colorado to take on Deion Sanders prime time and the struggling 4-4 Colorado Buffaloes. Like I said, they kind of had a rough season so far. So even though they've already exceeded their expectations from last year, they only won 1 game last year. Like I said, so far they won 4. So there's still some work need to be done. But so far, Deion is trying to steer the Buffaloes in the right direction. Right now, the odds makers have the Oregon State Beavers at a -13.5-point favorite with an over and under of 61.5. But I'm going to be sentimental to Deion Sanders in prime time. And hopefully that Colorado will pull an upset on number 16 ranked Oregon State and help get Colorado back on track. Hopefully to make them bowl eligible. Right now, if they win, they still need 1 more game to be bowl eligible. So they've already taken the step. They won more games this so far than last season. Next step is be bowl eligible. And then who knows, we'll go from there. At least Colorado has something to build on. All right. Moving right along, staying in the Pac-12, aka the Puke 12, where we got number 19th ranked UCLA Bruins, aka the Teddy Bears at 6-2. They're traveling to Tucson to take on the 5-3 Arizona Wildcats. Right now, the odds makers have the Bruins, aka the Teddy Bears, at -2.5-point favorite to win with the over and under of 50.5. But we will go with the Arizona Wildcats in an upset over number 19 ranked UCLA down in Tucson, Arizona. All right, our next pick, we're heading back to the Big 12, where we have the number 21 ranked Kansas after that big upset over Oklahoma last week in Lawrence at 6-2, traveling to Iowa State, to Ames, Iowa, to play Iowa State at 5-3. Right now, Kansas is also trying to be relevant in the Big 12 championship picture. Right now, Iowa State, the odds makers have Iowa State with a -3-point favorite with the over and under of 53.5. But we're going to go with Kansas Rock Chalk Jayhawk for all you Jayhawk fans out there. And of course, college basketball season's getting ready to start going in the next few weeks. And that's where Kansas is dominant in college basketball, but we'll wait for that. So we're going to go with the number 21 ranked Kansas over Iowa State. All right, our next matchup is our other in-state rivalry, home state team, as number 23 ranked James Madison, the Dukes at 8-0, travel to Atlanta to take on the Georgia State Panthers at 6-2. Right now, Georgia State is doing pretty good this year. Right now, the odds makers got James Madison at -5.5-point favorite with an over and under of 53.5. But we're going to stay loyal to our home state of Georgia, and Georgia State will pull an upset over number 23 ranked James Madison, which they will suffer their first loss of the season. All right, moving right along, we have part 2 of the Commander-in-Chief Cup matchup where we have Army, who really struggled this year at 2-6, traveling to Colorado Springs to take on the 25th ranked Air Force Academy, who's undefeated right now. Right now, Air Force has already beaten Navy. With the victory over Army tomorrow, the Air Force will win the Commander-in-Chief's trophy for all the service academies. And like I said, we still got Army and Navy game, the traditional rival game, coming up next month. But let's stick with the current thing at hand. Right now, the odds makers have the Air Force Academy, the Zoomies, at a minus 17.5 point favorite with an over and under of 32.5. I'm going to be sentimental because I'm an Army man. I'm an Army veteran. I'm a reserve soldier. We're going to go with the Army Golden Knights to pull an upset on the 25th ranked Air Force and give them their first loss of the season. Hopefully give them something to build on for next season, since they had a very bad, rough season this year for the Army Black Knights. All right, our next pick, we have two struggling teams in the Big 12. Got Nebraska at 5-3. Like I said, Matt Rule finally starting to turn things around in Lincoln as they travel to East Lansing to take on the woefully struggling 2-6 Michigan State Spartans. Man, after they fired Mel Tucker for sexual harassment, sexual assault allegations and stuff like that, it seemed like the Michigan State football program just went down the toilet. They were on a 6-game losing streak. Like I said, they got blown out 2 weeks ago by their cross-state rivals, the Michigan Wolverines. When will they finally get back on track here? Well, folks, even though the odds makers have Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, at a minus 3 point favorite with an over and under of 34.5, I'm hoping that this will be the weekend that Michigan State Spartans can finally snap out of their doldrums and pick up a win to help salvage what's left of their season. Right now, it won't be much now, especially if they get their third win of the season. So they won't probably make a bowl this year. So hopefully they give them something to focus on, like say a new head coach probably for next season. So that's probably their main focus right now, is looking for a new coach. So best of luck to you, Michigan State Spartans and the Spartan fans. And of course, Sparty, the mascot. I met him in person several years ago when Michigan State played Washington State in the Holiday Bowl. I was able to see that game in person. It was a very fun experience. All right, now moving right along. Now we're moving back to the SEC, the best conference of college football, where we have the woefully struggling Arkansas Razorbacks at 2-6, traveling down to the swamp at Florida Field and Bob Hill Griffin Stadium to take on the 5-3 Florida Gators, aka the lousy stinking Gators, after they got their butts handed to them by Georgia last week in Jacksonville in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Florida needs a rebound win, especially if they want to be bowl eligible and hopefully improve their luck in this season for Billy Napier and company, and also for my buddy, our first class, Marquez, who's a diehard Gator fan. So they definitely need this win. And of course, the odds makers have Florida as a minus 3 point favorite with the over and under of 49. So we're going to go with the Florida Gators, aka the lousy stinking Gators, over the Arkansas Razorbacks. All right, our next pick, we have another home state team. We have the 4-4 Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, aka the Bumblebees, for Brian Knapp and Roger Houston, back in Hinesville and Long County, Georgia, respectively. Diehard Broken Down Rick fans, as they travel to Charlottesville to take on the woefully struggling 2-6 Virginia Cavaliers in the ACC. Right now, the odds makers got the Cavaliers as a 1.5 point favorite with an over and under 56.5. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Cavaliers to pull an upset on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, aka the Broken Down Rex, or the Bumblebees for Brian Knapp and Roger Houston. Hate to disappoint you guys. All right. Moving right along. We're almost done, folks, so please bear with us. Our next pick, we have This is the Mountain West Conference, or the WAC, where we have Boise State at 4-4, traveling to Fresno, California, to take on the 7-1 Fresno State Bulldogs. Right now, the Fresno State Bulldogs are expected to win. The odds makers give them a -2.5 point favorite with an over and under 54.5. Now we're going to stick with Fresno State over Boise State. All right, our next pick, we have BYU. We're trying to recover and stuff like that. So as they travel to Morgantown for West Virginia to take on the West Virginia Mountaineers at 5-3. Both teams are 5-3. Right now, the Mountaineers, the odds makers got them as a 12.5 point favorite with an over and under of 48.5. And we're going to go with BYU in an upset over the West Virginia Mountaineers. All right, folks, we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back with Big Flim Pigskin Picks College Football Edition for week number 10 here on Big Flim Radio and TV.
Hi. I'm here today because I'm addicted.
Big Flim Radio and TV.
Get ready. You know.
Now that's an addiction, man.
Hey folks, welcome back. Also, I would like to point out that November is Native American History Month. Like I say, Big Flim Radio and TV want to give a special shout out to all our Native American listeners out there, and also to all Native American citizens of the United States and indigenous people all around the world. Like I said, this is Thanksgiving coming up in a couple of weeks. So we give a shout out to all our Native American listeners there for Native American History Month or Heritage Month. All right, now let's get back to our picks, shall we? Like I said, we got a few more picks, so bear with us. Like I said, right now we're heading back to the SEC, where we got the 5-3 Kentucky Wildcats. Trying to rebound from losing last week, as they travel to Starksville, Mississippi, to take on the 4-4 Mississippi State Bulldogs, the little bitty Bulldogs. Not to be confused with the defending national champion, the Georgia Bulldogs. Right now, the odds makers got Kentucky at a -4.5 point favorite with an over and under of 45.5. So we're going to go with the Kentucky Wildcats over Mississippi State Bulldogs, the little Bulldogs. All right, our next pick, we have the SMU Mustangs at 6-2 as they travel to Houston to take on the 4-4 Rice Owls and JT Daniels, former Georgia player, former West Virginia player, and a former USC player. Like I said, injuries and constantly going to the transfer portal kind of limited his abilities. But he's starting to pick it up more in Houston there with Rice. Right now, the odds makers have the Mustangs, the SMU Mustangs, at 12.5 point favorite with an over and under of 58.5. But I'm going to go with JT Daniels and the Rice Owls in a close one over the SMU Mustangs. All right, our next pick is back in the ACC, where we have the Miami, Florida Hurricanes, a.k.a. the Thunderstorm, as they take at 6-2 as they travel to Raleigh, North Carolina, the Carter Finley Stadium to take on the 5-3 North Carolina State Wolfpack. Right now, the odds makers have the Hurricanes at a -6 point favorite with an over and under of 44.5. And we're going to stick with the Hurricanes, a.k.a. the Thunderstorm, or NC State in a close one. All right, we're heading back to the Big Ten with 14 schools, where we have the Iowa Hawkeyes at 6-2, traveling to Evanston, Illinois to take on the Northwestern Wildcats at 4-4. Like I said, Iowa's trying to also have a say in the Big Ten West Division, stuff like that. So right now, the odds makers got the Hawkeyes at a minus 5-point favorite with an over and under of 30.5. And we're going to stick with the Iowa Hawkeyes, even though they lost a heartbreaker in Happy Valley 2 months ago to Penn State Nittany Lions in the whiteout. All right, folks. And now let's go ahead and do our recap, shall we? Sorry, folks. Just got my stuff all scrambled here. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the picks the way they are. We picked Georgia. Now the number 2 ranked Georgia for the college football playoffs. The defending national champion Georgia Bulldogs over Missouri Tigers and Mizzou Tigers. We picked Georgia Southern Eagles over Texas State Bobcats. I guess that's their mascot. We picked the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes, aka the Buckaroos, over Rutgers. We picked the number 5 ranked Washington State in a close one over number 20 USC Trojans down in LA at the Coliseum. We picked Army, United States Military Academy, in an upset over the number 25 ranked Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. We also picked Michigan State over Nebraska Cornhuskers. We picked number Florida Gators, aka the Lousy Stinking Gators, over the Arkansas Razorbacks. We picked Virginia Cavaliers over Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, aka Bumblebees, or Broken Down Rex. We picked Fresno State over Boise State. We picked Iowa over Northwestern. We picked BYU over West Virginia Mountaineers. We picked the Kentucky Wildcats over the Mississippi State Bulldogs, Wrong school in Mississippi. We picked Rice over SMU. We picked the Miami, Florida Hurricanes, a.k.a. the Thunderstorm, over NC State. We picked Notre Dame, number 15 ranked Notre Dame, over Clemson. We picked Colorado to upset number 16 ranked Oregon State. We picked Arizona to upset number 19 ranked UCLA Bruins, a.k.a. the Teddy Bears. We picked the number 21 ranked Kansas over Iowa State. We picked Georgia State over number 23, James Madison, the Dukes. They get their first loss of the season. We pick who else we have here? Yeah, also we picked number 23 ranked Kansas over number 7 ranked Texas. And we picked number 14 ranked LSU over number 8 ranked Alabama and Tuscaloosa for the inside track to the SEC championship. We picked the number 9 Oklahoma Sooners over the number 22 ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys in the Battle of the Bedlams. We picked number 10th ranked Ole Miss Rebels over Texas A&M. We picked number 11th ranked Penn State over Maryland. And we picked the number 13th ranked Louisville over Virginia Tech. All right, folks, I believe that is about it for our episode of Big Flim's Pigskin Picks College Football Edition for week number 10. I hope you enjoy the games tomorrow. And also, be on the lookout for our next episode of Big Flim's Pigskin Kicks NFL Edition for week number, 8, I believe? Or 9. I think it's week number 9. Yeah, week number 9. Starting to lose track here. Like I said, we're already halfway through the NFL season, and right now we got a couple of dominant teams. Of course, the Eagles is one. The Chiefs are another. And we got a couple of other surprising challengers, like the Miami Dolphins. They're very hot this year. And Buffalo, they're still trying to hang in there. So be on the lookout for that episode, as well as check out our other podcast episodes for Big Flim Radio and TV. And also don't forget to check out our online store for our Big Flim Radio and TV themed merchandise or merch, especially with Christmas shopping starting to ratchet up now. If you're looking for that nice gift for a friend, loved one, family member, stranger, co-worker, alien from Mars, alien from outside the universe or our galaxy, or good care package for a deploying service member, please check out our online store. And also, again, if you want to communicate with us, you can send us an email at bigflimradiotv@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest picker, prognosticator, if you want to dedicate a song, or if you want us to play a song on one of our music shows, or if you want to be a guest host on one of our talk shows, or if you got some information you want to share for veterans information, or if you want to critique our show or give us comments, or if you want to vent, that's fine also. By all means, please hit us up. Also, check out our X, or formerly Twitter, at Flim_radio. That's Flim, FLEM _radio, RADIO. Check out our Facebook group page for Big Flim Radio and TV, as well as our YouTube channel for Big Flim Radio TV, which is Big Flim Radio TV 9011. Please like and subscribe to our channel as well. Until then, take care, God bless, be safe, and also be careful out there if you're starting your Christmas shopping. And also, for our veterans, look out for our special episode of Veterans Nation. That's our other podcast show that'll be dedicated to veterans, for a Veterans Day show. Be on the lookout for that. And also, again, Big Flim Radio TV wants to recognize our Native American listeners for Native American History Heritage Month. So take care, be safe. If you haven't gotten your flu shot, by all means, please get your flu shot. Also, keep in mind that COVID-19 virus is still out there and it's starting to peak in some areas around the country. So please be careful. If you haven't gotten your boosters yet, I suggest personally that you get your boosters. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for your family or loved ones or the elderly and for newborn infants. Take care of your health. Please check on your family members, on your friends, because we're in that holiday season where people get the holiday blues, getting depressed over the holidays coming up over the next month or two. So please join us again next time here on Big Flim Radio and TV.
Flim Radio wants you to know that approximately every 51 minutes, someone is killed in a drunk driving crash. Buzz driving can also cause huge financial penalties with fines and legal fees. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk. Find out more at nhtsa.org. Big Flim's Pigskin Picks NFL and college football editions are a production of Black Rebel Productions in association with Flim Media, a division of LWF Enterprises, LLC. The opening theme music clips are the sole properties of CBS Sports College Football as well as Fox NFL Sports. This podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Who are you? We're Big Flim Radio and TV.